On today's show, when the baby was born, you believed that this child was yours.
And I bought everything for him.
And it was only later on that she threw at you that it might not be yours. And
right.
you still have this child.
Yes.
What if you're not this child's father?
I won't give him up. You're lying. You what?
I can't
don't
have
care.
him back till I have sex with you. That's what you're back.
You?
You're a liar. You said they were a lie.
Get in my face, boy.
Yeah?
Don't get
You
in my
threatened to
face.
punch me in my face. Go on then, do that. Go on then, if you're man enough. You threatened to put you a drug.
You don't know nothing about it.
You don't...
You spite my...
No, I didn't.
Yes,
You're
you
a
did.
pervert.
Yeah?
What did you just say?
Call me a pervert now.
So she's left her kids for 2 months with your son.
Yeah.
And DNA today, you say you hope proves that he is and that you two will fight for these kids,
Oh,
yeah?
yes, 100%. Listen to me. You are the idiot.
How am I?
Right? You're lazy. You don't wash, you don't clean, you don't
I don't wash. I have a bath twice a day.
Oh, since when? What's that, your new turnover?
Why let her do it? Why?
Anna,
Let me do what, Anna?
listen,
Speak the truth.
1 second, please.
Don't make me look like...
Second, please. I haven't let anyone do anything.
That's all on my show. It's next. Good morning, and as ever, a big welcome to the show. Now, my first guest today, Charles, says that he's here to tell his ex, Tanya, who's 30 years his junior, that even though he knows he's probably not, and I repeat, not the father to her 21-month-old son, he wants full custody and he wants to tell her today to walk away. He says that she is an unfit mother and a drunk. He claims that since she dumped her son on him 6 months ago, he realised he could do a better job raising the child than she ever could. There is so much to this story, a lot of anger, a lot of emotion. Charles is on the Jeremy Kyle Show. How are you, sir? All right?
Yeah.
This is a heck of a story.
You ain't heard after it.
I hope to. I'm going to do what I always do and lay out who's here, and we'll try and make it as simple as possible. Tanya, who is 30 years your junior, and you hooked up. She became pregnant. She had a baby. And 6 months ago, what happened?
She dumped the kid on me. Couldn't cope with the baby.
She dumped the child on me 6 months ago because she couldn't bond, she couldn't cope, and she went, you know what, I don't even know if you're the dad, but I bung your name on the birth certificate, you have the kid. At 62 years of age, and he's been checked by all sorts of people, ladies and gentlemen. This man has brought up a less than 2-year-old baby on his own.
And I've been up within 24 hours with teething trouble. I made him walk, I got him walking. I've been through hell with him with teething trouble.
How difficult has it been?
Terrible. Terrible difficult.
Why'd you have a kid with this woman? Truthfully.
Being stupid.
When you say she's an unfit mother, I'm always aware. I'm always aware on this show.
She's an unfit mother because she drinks. She told me straight from herself that she went on the bus and she picked up this Scotch bloke. The next minute they went home together and they had sex in front of my son.
She told you when she dumped this kid, I would rather go and party than be a mother.
Yep.
His legal rights stem from the fact that she said, oh, you can go on the birth certificate, I don't give a toss really, I don't know if you're the dad, but I don't want anything to do with this child.
That's right, and she says that I'm not buying him clothes, he's filthy dirty, I don't feed him.
She goes, she drinks, she parties. She's going to come out here and pretend that she's interested. Yeah. You're saying she's not interested.
She's not interested. If I went and saw that baby now, and I walk out of the room, that baby, I start crying his eyes out. I have to sneak out of that room where the baby is. He can't see me go out. Because if he sees me...
That's her?
That's her, and she's a lie. She doesn't know what the truth... If a snake bit her on the... She wouldn't know the truth.
She said you're stopping her from seeing her kid.
Am I?
She wants the kid back. You are not capable. You should be, I really apologise for this, in an old age pensioners' home.
Yeah.
Let me remind you, this is a woman who dumped her kid 6 months ago with
And
this
dumped the
man.
other kids, other five kids.
Let me tell you, the ex has got all the other kids.
Yeah.
5 kids this lady's had, and she's dumped
them all.
every single one of
One
them.
of them.
And people wonder why I get mad. Can we talk about paternity as well? Because when the baby was born, you believed that this child
Yeah,
was yours.
and I bought everything for him.
And it was only later on that she threw it at you that it might
Yes,
not be yours.
that's
And
right.
you still have this child.
Yes, and I spent 180...
What happens if this child today turns out to not be yours? There were 3 potential dads. Apparently one of them's already done a private DNA and isn't, so there's 2 in the frame. What if you're not this child's father?
I won't give him up. I'll go to court and fight him. I will fight the hell till I will fight him. That is my son. Now, is he dirty? Has he got dirty clothes on? No. That is my son, and he's going to come home with me today.
This man is also diabetic at 62. He made an attempt a few weeks ago to take this child to see this woman in an attempt for this woman to bond. What does she do to you?
Spike my drink.
As a diabetic...
Is he dirty?
No, he's...
Tell me that now. Is he dirty?
No,
Has he got dirty clothes on him?
No, they told me he's cool. He's cool.
So where the hell did you tell me that I don't feed him or clean him or nothing?
Could we just bring it back before we bring her out? This is a woman who's saying, he's dirty, he's unclean, I want him back. This is a damn woman who dropped this kid 6 months ago with a 62-year-old man and didn't give a damn and has done it with all of her 5 kids. Rubbish. Get out here and speak for yourself, lady.
You ain't called a police with me, you're lying. You what?
I can't
don't
have
care.
him back till I have sex with you. That's what you're
That is
back.
your mouth.
You're a liar.
You're lying. You're lying,
bloody
cow.
lying.
You ain't.
You're a liar.
Let me
Rubbish.
ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because obviously the terms of the Jeremy Kyle show mean that I have to give you a chance to speak. Your opening line to my team was, I hope that Charles isn't the father because he is stopping me from seeing my son.
Yes.
Yes,
you are.
Explain that to me.
Because I asked him to have my son for a few weeks because my daughter's living with me, right?
Right.
But I wanted to see him and for him to stay at mine. But he's stopping me from seeing my son.
You've given the others away, haven't you?
Yes.
Yes.
And?
And you gave him away 6 months of age to this man.
No, it wasn't 6 months.
It is.
6 months
No,
ago.
it
All right,
wasn't.
don't get smart, love. Why would you give it to a man who you apparently think is the worst thing since sliced bread? Why would you give that boy away? 5 of them. I hate to a passion people who think the kids are some sort of, what, just something you can pick up and drop?
No.
There are people watching this who can't have kids, but you, a baby-making machine, have 5 and give them away. And now, because what? You don't like the fact he's done quite a good job, despite his advanced years. Why'd you give him away?
I didn't give him away.
You put Charles's name on the birth certificate.
I did
right.
that
When you
born.
didn't know that he was the father, did you?
No, I didn't.
Why did you put his name on the birth certificate? Is he the father?
I don't think he is the father.
Then why the hell did you put his name on the birth certificate? And while we're at it, because you really are, aren't you? You are a piece of work. Why did you leave a child with a man who you don't think is his father? Answer that and nobody else now. You can't, can you?
Yeah. I didn't dump him on him.
Why did you leave him with a man who you didn't think is his father?
Because he can look after him.
Why can't you look after him and
I
the
can.
other 4? Then why
I
do
can.
you have
I've
none
got
of
one
your
living
kids?
with me. I have.
Why do you keep
I
having
have.
kids when patently, sweetheart, you can't even look after yourself?
Yes, I can.
Do you want to try it? I have to be really careful, but what sticks in my gut is that people have kids without the consequences entering their small minds. 5 children, innocent little babies, born and given away because you and more interested in getting
No,
drunk.
I do not drink.
Then
You do.
No, I don't. We've got a
You do.
video of you drinking.
Yeah,
You're
when
a
you
liar.
spiked my drink.
No, I didn't
Yes,
spike
you
your
did.
drink. You're a liar.
Yeah, okay.
I'm no alcoholic at all.
You are.
I am not.
You are.
If Charles isn't the father I want my son back, I will never
Yes. Sure.
let him see Mason again.
True.
Unbelievable. But it's all right to leave Mason with this guy who looks like he's doing okay.
Yeah, I know he's doing okay.
Oh, but that's down to him.
Yeah, and I looked after him pretty fine too.
I will go round this again and again. Not a word from you. Look at that child. Look at that child right now. How can you leave that innocent boy with a man who you say probably isn't his dad? How can you walk away from that innocent child and go, not bother for 6 months? How
No,
can
it's
you
not been 6 months.
put on...
It's not been 6 months. It's been about
She
2
can't
months.
tell the truth, Jerry. You can't tell the truth.
Yes, I can.
How often have you seen this child?
He was stopping me
No,
seeing
Ray.
him.
I've got text messages on my phone.
No.
I said she can have him for 2
I
nights.
have to have sex with him
Excuse
before I
me?
can see my son.
What?
Jerry,
When was the
I've got-
last time you had sex?
Last week. Yes, it was.
Sorry, Jerry. That was rubbish.
That's not rubbish.
That is
I've
rubbish.
got to hear your side. So you're saying that at a time, and it's important that I do this, it's important that we understand your side. I mean, I freely admit, and I'm honest enough on this show, my kids are the most important thing to me, so sometimes I go off the end. But what you're saying is you were in a position where you couldn't cope, so you turned to Charles, a guy you'd had a relationship with, who at that time was a 62-year-old decent man, and you said, can you look after Mason for a while, because I need to get myself sorted. And since then, he says, you can only see your kid if you have sex with me. Is that, no, is that what you're saying to
Yeah.
me? Why did you put his name on the birth certificate then? Of course you can't answer that. This man might be torn to shreds because of what you've done, but more importantly, sweetheart, that baby will be torn to shreds. That child should be nowhere near you. Really, it shouldn't. This child deserves a lot more, and if it's not him, I should think this child would be better in care than
No.
anywhere near you.
Yes, I do.
DNA results
I agree
after
with
this
that.
break. I'm right back.
You sit there and lie at all.
Don't get in my face for it.
Yeah?
Yeah, don't get
You
in my
threatened to
face.
punch me in my face. Go on then, do that. Go on then, if you're man enough. You threatened to
You
me with a drug.
you don't know nothing about it.
You don't-
You spiked my...
No, I didn't.
Yes,
You're
you
a
did.
pervert.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Call me a pervert now.
He said he'll still look after her, which I'm happy with.
For how long, lady? Until you're interested again?
Would you rather me stay there?
No, I'd rather you didn't have children if you're not capable in looking after them. That's what I... Oh, here we go. Here again. Come with me. What are you doing? Thank you very much indeed. Welcome back before the break, Charles and Tanya. You know what, my friends? I really try hard, and I freely admit sometimes that I go over the top. How can you give kids away? How do you do that? Just tell me in a very calm way.
haven't.
Well, all four are living with your ex-husband, and some poor old bloke that you attached yourself to has been bringing up number 5. How do you handle that at night?
Not well.
Well, then what is more important?
My kids.
Then why is all right, Charles, let's try this. Then why is going out drinking or...
I don't drink.
All right,
I do
but
not
you
drink.
must
You do.
pick something over your 5 kids.
I have my daughter living with me. And I'm a good mum.
How does it feel to not having the others living with you?
Awful.
How did it come to be then? Truthfully, look at me. How did it happen?
I separated with my ex-husband. And he chose to look after the kids.
But if that was the case, that would be a one-off. But you've dumped the kid on Charles. And for me, the absolute worst part of this story is that you put this bloke's name on a birth certificate when you don't even know if it's true. What about Mason? Do you know what concerns me more than anything about this story today? I don't know the results, but if he's not the dad, where are we? What are you going to do?
You got-
Go and dump him on the next one?
No.
What are you going to
Yes.
do then?
Have him.
Well, if you can have him now, why haven't you had him for the last few
I
months?
told you. I've had to sort out my daughter.
But you've got 5 kids.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you're a child, by the way, and your
6
mother's
kids.
got another child, then you just got to go somewhere for 6 months while she sorts you out.
No.
6 kids. You're getting it wrong. 6 kids. She got 5 with the other person, and this one's 6.
What do you want from her, Charles? You talk to her.
I don't want nothing from her. Just leave me alone. Stop calling the police on me. She called the police on me before I come down on Friday.
No, I never.
They come down.
No, I never.
It's
Oh,
been-
no, well, I checked this out. It's not that. It's true, isn't it?
No,
Thank
it's
you.
not.
They
Thank
turned
you.
up and... Oh, this kid is what we
That
should
wasn't
be...
Friday.
It was Friday.
This child is what we're talking about, and you're
If I
calling
wasn't
the...
looking after the kid, the police would have took the kid away from me.
I called the police on him because he has no right to keep my son.
Yeah.
From a woman who put a man's name on the birth certificate and dumped the kid with him when it suited her, and I
didn't
will
dump
never...
him.
But to the world you did! Who's Carly?
My friend.
Carly's on the show, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll keep back her up on the deck. Keep on down with the
You said they were lying.
I said, don't get
You
my
friends
face.
punch me in my face. Go on then, do that. Go on. Go on
No.
then, if you're manning it. Your friends said when you were drunk.
You don't know nothing about it.
You don't-
You spite my...
No, I didn't.
Yes,
You're
you
a
did.
pervert.
Yeah?
What did you just say?
Call me a pervert
Sit
now.
down a second.
I've been recorded way this a lot.
Say that again.
He is.
Say, no. He is what?
A pervert.
So, very calmly, the audience would expect this because they're exasperated. Why would you leave an 18-month-old baby with a pervert, darling? Because it suited you at the time, and now it suits you to use names, and you, please tell me how this is possibly justifiable. Your bottom line was, Charles, say goodbye, because you're never, after today, seeing the kid again. But your friend was all right to dump that kid on him when it suited her. Talk to me.
Yeah, I know, I've told her. She shouldn't have done it.
She's done it before, though, hasn't she, mate?
I've only known her a few months.
Really? Oh, I thought you were a lifelong friend. Isn't that interesting? So you've only known her a few months before she dumped the other 5. You've
Yeah.
got to understand this, Carly. How come he suddenly is the devil? He was good enough to take this kid, and by the way, good enough to have his name on the birth certificate, but no, now, because what, she's sorted? It's not fair, Carly. It's not fair for Mason. Have you got any kids?
No.
Would you give a child to a man you didn't know if it was the father?
No.
Sorry, but what do you expect? Who's Anne?
That's my friend. She knows me for years.
Anne's
3
on,
years.
Anne's on the show.
Right. You are a liar.
Why am I lying?
Charles is a better father than you are a better mum.
Really?
And you stop calling me a prostitute because
Who, me?
I'm happy.
Who told you that?
I've been married for 10 months now, and I've got one husband, David, and he's the only man I'm had.
Let's talk about the
But
baby.
drinking.
What's this about
Talk about
prostitution?
No, we don't drink.
You
We
do.
drink, but we don't drink live.
She won't. No, she don't.
I drink, Tanya don't drink
Yes,
that.
she does.
No, I don't. And I can prove it.
And
Why
I'm
are
very lucky
any of
you
you
work, huh?
having kids? Anne, seriously, you've seen what he has had to do with this child.
Yes, and now that child is calling me mum.
Yeah, right. I'm his mum.
God.
Yeah.
He's been calling me mum the
He
last...
doesn't know the...
Well, that's not right either, love,
No,
is it?
it's not.
He's been calling me
Oi.
mum for the last 3
No
days.
disrespect,
No,
but that
no,
is not
no,
right
right.
either, is it?
I
And
agree
it
with that.
doesn't help anybody.
No.
I want to know... No, he's right.
I
How
agree.
good a job, stop it, how good a job has he done?
He's doing a very good job.
What do you make of her?
She's rubbish. she doesn't deserve them kids. They ought to put away in care.
Let's get,
all of them.
let's get a statement from your ex-husband. This is Leon, right?
Yeah.
The
Father
one.
to her 5 kids.
Where did Chuck plates at her?
I was married to Tanya Quiet for 10 years. We've now split up but remain close. I know that Tanya was sleeping with me and 2 other guys around the time she fell pregnant with Mason. So he's in the frame as well, is he? One of the guys has already done a DNA, he's not the dad, so now it's just between me and Charles. I'm 50-50, I'm the father. He's good at maths, this guy. And we'll step up and take responsibility if the DNA proves I am. I don't like Charles at all. All he does is rouse with Tanya. He's stopping her seeing her son, which I think is wrong. Charles makes out that I'm a violent man and a bad father, which is lies.
Which he is.
No, he
well,
isn't.
with respect, he says I'm a good father, and that's why 4 out of the 5 kids are with me. This is not about you and Leon. This is about you, sweetheart. I do not, right? I am not interested in any more shouting or screaming. At some point, you gave a child to this 62-year-old man who might or might not be this child's father because it suited you or because you were struggling. You put his name on the birth certificate. And if that envelope says that he's not the dad, you will break his heart. You will then start a war over that child because you think you're going to walk out of this building with this child. That can't happen.
Why?
Because you can't do that to a kid. You're going to have to go through the proper channels and the official authorities. But here's the thing, darling, which you've missed. Guess who's got guardianship legally of your child?
Who?
Charles. And guess why? Because you put his name on the birth certificate without knowing the truth. And there's a part of me, don't take this the wrong way, right, that hopes to God he is the father. But if he isn't, do you know what should happen?
What?
That child should go into a system and a place that looks after him and makes sure he never again becomes a pawn. You nodded when I said
I
that.
agree with everything there.
Right, hold that thought. Do not go anywhere, my friends. We have those all-important DNA results. They're coming next after this break. I'm right back. Look at that. That's not a man that you slag off. It's a man hasn't slept for 24 hours to look after your son.
Why let her do it? Why?
Anna,
Let me do what, Anna?
listen,
Speak the truth.
1 second, please.
Don't make me look like...
Second, please. I haven't let anyone do anything.
Welcome back. Before the break, we're speaking to Charles, Tanya, Carly and Anne. Look at that child on the screen. Really, what we're talking about. I mean, people can sit in this audience and sit at home, but that's what this is about. Number 6. Like a bus, isn't it? I can't even say what I think should happen. Let's do those DNA results, and I hope for your sake you are. I actually don't even want to open this envelope. I've done this a long time. You all right? The DNA test results show that Charles... I'm sorry, my friend, you're not the child's biological father. That is... Do you realise what you've done, lady? Do you realise what you've done? Come on me now. What have you done? What have you... Look at that. If you want to have a go at this man, look at that. Look at that. It's a man hasn't slept for 24 hours to look after your son, and he's heartbroken, and that's your doing, lady. And if there's a decent bone in your body, you want to talk to him nicely. Oh, my Lord. Charles, come here. Charles?
Charles, come on, have a seat.
That is so wrong.
We've got a lot of sorting out to do, haven't we? Eh? I know. I know that we...
Charles, come here, my friend.
Have a seat over there.
Okay. I know, Charles. Come here.
Come on.
Sit here.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry for anything. Have you any idea what you've done?
Let's sit on the side.
Charles? Charles. Graham, if you could sit down here. The very least you should be saying to this man is that he's been an amazing father to your son. I can't believe that. I knew that was going to happen. Graham, what do we do?
This is so complex, isn't it? His name's on the birth certificate. He's not the biological father.
This guy is in bits, lady. He didn't... You know, we've been with it.
don't deserve this.
He hasn't slept for 24 hours. What have you been doing? He still wants to be part of this child's life. He still wants to bring this child up, and I still think he should be involved.
There are real attachment issues here. He's become so attached to your son, And your son, similarly, has become attached to him.
He cried when Charles left the room. Charles, please. Poor man.
This whole process has to be handled so carefully.
You can't take that kid from him right now, for the child's sake. You can't.
He's not taking him.
This is exactly what I said would happen. There will now become... I think the very least you can expect to happen right now is that he continues to stay with this guy and you start access, and then the procedures go through the right channels to decide what's right. But my thoughts right now are with this man and with Mason. I'm sorry. Graham, what do we do from there?
We have to build a relationship between you two. We really do.
No.
Charles, for Mason's
Because that's how the child will benefit. Realistically, and we have to look at this in a very realistic way right now. We're talking about the development of a child here. And we need this child to develop in the right way, psychologically, physically, and emotionally. Okay? And what I'm thinking in my own mind right now is that you both still should have contact with this child.
No way.
It's about providing...
Dead body.
Listen to me, because I know...
kill me when he gets near him.
Listen to me. I've done nothing but listen to your side, and I want you to listen to me. I don't care whether people don't like what I'm going to say. This is highly emotional and highly difficult. This is about a child. It's about, as Graham said, bonds that have already been created, developments that have happened, and what has to be taken into consideration is what is best for that child, but also the psychological effects, lady, of your actions. You cannot, in any civilized society, pick up and drop a child when it suits you and expect to not destroy people's lives. Now, Graham is going to do this. We will give you absolutely all of our attention. Our number one priority is Mason. Our number one priority is making sure that down the line, okay, what is right and best for this child and for this man and for you happens, but for this child primarily, because I cannot sleep tonight if I think this kid is going to be taken instantly from this guy. It's not fair. But, Charles, in time, you're going to have to keep an open mind. I want you both to work so hard with Graham, and I want this to be about Mason. And Charles, I am so sorry. We will continue that process starting now. I'll leave you with Graham. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Right, my next guest today is Annette. She's here to tell her daughter-in-law, Anna, that she's a terrible mother after she walked out on Annette's son and two kids 7 weeks ago and promptly moved 150 miles away. She says that her son, Daniel, is an amazing single parent and will be crushed if today he discovers he's not the father to his ex's youngest child. Annette says no matter what the DNA results say, Anna is not getting the children back and would rather kidnap her own grandchildren than let this lady raise them. It is a big, big story. Let's unravel it. Annette's on the Jeremy Kyle Show. You all right, darling?
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for coming on. Take a seat. It's been a difficult morning already. Now, let's just do what we always do. Daniel is your 31-year-old son. He has been with Anna on and off how long?
Not too sure, to be honest. Probably about 6 years, I believe.
6 years. There are two children. One, and the youngest one, is where the doubt is concerned. Now, I said something quite strong in that introduction because what you told our team, you said even if DNA proves that Daniel isn't the father of the youngest and he is the father of the eldest, she ain't having the back. Can I just rewind? What's going on? Bring us up to date.
OK, the children are not with me. They're with their dad, Daniel. I actually live in Birmingham. Daniel lives in Portsmouth. Now, from day one, we've been led to believe that Chardonnay, the little girl...
Chardonnay?
Chardonnay, yes, belongs to my son, Daniel.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, just over a week ago...
Sorry, could you put the camera on in the back? Is that laughter or emotion? Hold on a second. Sorry?
Her name's Chardonnay.
I call her Chardonnay.
Well, that's not her name.
You've got
Simple
a few
and
more
birth
things to
certificate
worry
says
about
Sardinia.
Anna than just the baby's correct name.
Right, you can remove her face a minute. Right, at first, you say that... so we're talking about the youngest child. Now, she and Daniel were together. They split up 7 weeks ago. Why did they split? What happened? How come we're here?
OK. Before, like, the baby was born, obviously, Daniel and Anna had already split up. Anna came to Birmingham. She was away, I believe, 2.5 weeks. She then returns to Daniel and then tells Daniel, excuse me, that she's pregnant. Now, all of a sudden, she didn't know she was pregnant before she left him and
You
went
think
to
she might have
Birmingham.
got pregnant with somebody else while she was away?
Yeah, I do believe that, yes.
In fact, you told my researchers, if we cut to the chase, you are 90% sure that your youngest son is not the father to this baby. You describe her as a lazy, dirty, compulsive liar and a pathetic excuse for a mother who's moved 150 miles away from her 2 kids. She makes you sick, and over your dead body will she get these kids back?
That statement is perfectly true, because she would never get the children back.
Why so strong?
Even if the little girl is not my son's, I will do everything in my power, and there is no court in this land that I would allow that child to go back.
Why such strong words? What's wrong with this lady?
OK, don't get me wrong, I do not dislike Anna and I don't hate her.
Blimey, I'd love to know what you'd say if you did.
Well, right, what I find the problem with...
Why is she
Anna's
such a
very
bad mum?
Right, she's lazy. She doesn't... Like, any normal mother will get up in the morning when they hear their children crying. They will get up, they will see to them, feed them, wash them, clothe them. Yeah, when Anna decides at 12, 1 o'clock in the daytime to get out of her bed, and it's all left to my son. Now, I'm not sticking up for my son.
So what happens to the kids?
My son gets up and sees to the children.
You say if the children were with this lady, I would have serious concerns about their well-being.
Yes, I would. Because if a mother cannot get out of her bed...
Does she not look after them? I said I'd speak to you when I was ready. Put your arm down.
Yeah, I want to just say something.
Well, I said I'd speak to you when I was ready. It's called The Jeremy Kyle Show.
Yeah,
Button
I know
it.
it is.
What?
I know it is.
Then be quiet. Carry on.
OK. No, she doesn't get out of bed.
But apart from that, you're saying she doesn't care for her kids.
Right. I'm not saying she doesn't love her children, but she
she's
doesn't
moved
love
150
them. Yes.
miles away. What's she doing 150 miles away?
A love, right, the way I look at it, the love to her children is like, oh, I had a doll for Christmas. I've had it 3 months. I'm fed up with that one. Bye. Pull it away for a little while.
Where's she gone 150 miles away, innit?
That's what I'd want. That's what I want to know.
So she's left her kids for 2 months with your son.
Yeah.
And DNA today, you say you hope proves that he is, and that you two will fight for these kids.
Oh
yeah?
yes, 100%.
And it's not Chardonnay, it's
Chardonnay. No.
Anna's on the show.
Go on.
That way, I can't. Chardonnay.
I didn't get it with them.
Would you like to sit down before we start gobbing up?
No, because I'm not making you make me look like an idiot.
Watch your language to me as well, Anna.
Why?
Listen to me. You are the idiot.
How am I?
Right? You're lazy. You don't wash. You don't clean. You don't
I don't
cook.
wash. I have a
Every
bath
chance-
twice a day, and it.
Oh, since when? What's that? Your new turnover?
Since about
7 weeks ago.
No, since I was about 5.
Yeah. I don't think so, Anna. How many times have I been to your flat? How many times have I read up on you and my own son about the state of the house? About no washing up being done. There is like 6 months' worth of clothes washing stuck in the bathroom, in the bedroom, and don't you dare deny this, because
That's because
anybody...
your son floods the bathroom.
Anna, listen, I'm not talking
Sit down,
about
lady.
one occasion. I'm talking
He's done it about 10 times. Everywhere
What
we
sort
live,
of
he
mother
floods.
are you?
I love my kids to bits.
This is a
I
quote
always
from
will.
you. Right now, I'm 150 miles away. I see my kids twice a month, and that's fine with me. They're better off with Daniel.
Yeah,
Why did you have a child then?
because I don't believe in abortion.
Why didn't you keep your legs closed?
I used a condom and 3 morning after pills.
Your name is?
Anthony.
You're her brother?
Yeah.
Why has she moved 150 miles away, left her kids with her ex-boyfriend, and apparently isn't that bothered?
Yeah, because she's only moved to Birmingham because she can't take no more of their family.
What do you mean any more of their family? She's
Well,
left the
'cause I'm
kids
not allowed
with...
my
Well,
kids
she,
on my own.
well, she is getting threats off all them over the phone, over texts.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I've seen the
What
texts.
did Jill say?
She's
I had
threatened
to have Jeff
she's
sit
threatened
with
to
me
get me
the
beat
other day.
up
Hang on.
and all that.
So you're saying that your sister's... This is important, we get your side, has been driven out
Yeah.
and wants to be a mother, but they're playing God with the child's life. Let's talk about your son. You're saying he's a good dad. You are not with him anymore, Anna. Do you believe that he is the father of both, or what?
I'm not 100% on sure, Daniel.
Why was that then? How many people were you having sex with?
One other person when we broke up.
Are you saying that he is stopping you from seeing these children?
No, he's never stopped me from seeing them. I can go down whenever
So
I like.
why are you only seeing them twice a month?
Because I'm still on job seekers because I'm trying to find a job. So, obviously, I can't afford to keep going down there.
But
keep
why
coming
is
back
he
up.
looking after them? Why don't you look after them, even though you're on job seekers and you're
'Cause
feeling
they're
a bit
better off down there.
What do you mean they're better off down
Because
there?
of my depression.
What
I
do
had
you
some-
want today from Daniel? Because that's what this is about. What do you want?
I want to find out whether he's Shardania's dad. Simple.
And then what do you want?
He said he'll still look after her, which I'm happy with.
For how long, lady? Until you're interested again?
No.
Or until you're better? Or until you bang out another one? What? When?
Would you
What is-
rather me stay there?
No, I'd rather you didn't have children if you're not capable in looking after them. That's what I... Oh, here we do it. Here again. Come with me. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, what a day I'm having. Where are you going?
I'm going off with my sister.
Come with me. Where's your sister gone? God, it's like, I'll tell you what today. Come on, here we go.
All right.
Sorry, Paul. Why are you running off? Why are you running
Because
off?
I'm not letting her sit there and make me look like an idiot.
I think you're doing a good job yourself, don't you? You can be quiet. I'm
I
talking to
haven't
her.
said nothing to you.
I'm a tramp. I don't wash.
Did I say that on stage you're a tramp? Did I say
You
the
didn't
word?
want anything to do with this, innit?
Where is Daniel? Can I get Daniel, please? Can somebody get me Daniel? Gray, is that all right?
At the end of the day,
Until
from
yesterday,
day
you
Let me
didn't
get
want to
this
know.
right. The first child is Daniel's. We don't know if the second child is Daniel's. You're suffering from depression, so you've let the kids move 150 miles with Daniel. Are you with Daniel
They live
looking
down
after
there
them?
anyway.
No, I'm not.
That's why
I
I
live
left
in-
them
So
there.
you're Daniel,
This
and
is
you're
Daniel.
looking after the kids. Come and stand in next to your mum so we can see.
Why let her do it? Why?
Let me do what, Anna? Speak the truth.
1 second, please.
Don't make me look like...
Second, please. I haven't let anyone do anything.
I'm confused here.
Right.
Oh, goodness me, don't the eyes tell it all?
I'm not controlling you, Daniel. I've never controlled you.
I haven't said that, have I?
You're in love with
And
her,
it
aren't you?
has.
You're still in love with her,
I
aren't
always
you?
will be.
Are you
No,
still in
I
love with
didn't
him?
say you controlled
You know
him.
that,
Are
Daniel.
you in love with him still? Are you in love with him still?
Have I said that?
You're not in love with him still, is this what
We're
this is?
better off as friends and you said
Okay,
that,
come
Dan.
here. Come. Just come here. Come. Right, now listen, stop there. Right, now listen. You are living in Portsmouth with 2 children, one of whom, the youngest, we're not sure about paternity.
Yeah.
Your mother's had a lot to say that the kids, when they're with Anna, and we had to, are not clean, they're not looked after. She had major concerns. You are now looking after the kids. We need to hear from you. We need to know the truth here, not, you know, sugarcoated because you still love her. Is she a bad mum?
She's not a bad mum. She's just a lazy mum sometimes, and you know.
Has she found it
had to-
difficult?
Yeah, sometimes she has found it difficult.
Now,
She
one
finds
thing
it
I
hard to
won't
cope.
do, okay, but one thing I won't do is, if it's difficult, you put your hands in the air and you get some help. Is she seeing these kids enough, or are you making it difficult because she doesn't want to be with you anymore?
No, I'm not making it difficult for her.
He's never
She
he's
can
never
see.
made
She
it
can see. She
difficult.
can see our kids whenever she wants.
enough.
Because I can't get down.
But how does that make you feel?
Upset. I miss them to bits.
Why'd you move so far away? You with another bloke?
No.
Why'd you move so far away then?
Because I've got friends, I've got family up here.
But you know, if
I've
you...
got support here.
All right, but all I'm saying is if you missed them, you wouldn't move so far away, would you?
Being in Portsmouth was making me worse.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
The deal was, as well, she goes down 1 week and like
Dan hasn't
twice
been
a
able to
month,
get up
innit?
because of the stuff
Yeah,
that's had
and
to
Dan's going to
happen.
come down as well. That's what you
I
agreed
mean,
on.
presumably this whole thing would be a lot easier if Daniel was the father of both, yeah?
All I came here was to find out. And then next thing got here, you said to me last night, and I wasn't going to say anything, just that I'm lazy.
They're her
Next thing got
grandchildren,
here,
she's terrified.
I don't wash, I don't do anything.
Anna, I can't control what other people do, can I?
Anna, at the end of the day, right, I need answers. As a grandmother, I need answers myself. Okay, from day one, the very first time you and Daniel split up, you was away for a couple of weeks. Now, this is my argument here. Then you came back to Daniel, okay? You sat down, you told...
He asked me to do a test, I did the test in front of him, ask him.
Is there a
That's
chance,
right.
in your mind, how much of a chance is there that Daniel is not? Is it 50-50?
No, it's about 60-40
That he is or he isn't?
that he is.
This is the youngest child.
I
Now,
said 70-30.
brilliant. If he isn't, we'll now have two kids, one of whom is his and one isn't, living with him 150 miles away from the mother. How's that going to work? Has anybody considered this again? And if he is the father of both, this has to be sorted. And don't take this the wrong way.
Yeah, okay.
It's very easy, and I want you to listen and look at me. It's very easy. I mean, I've already met a mother this morning. I don't think you're anything like her, by the way. And I've met a mother this morning who has given lots of kids away. You, I genuinely believe, have found it difficult and probably haven't had the help and the support you needed. But in this country, you get help and support if you ask for it. So what we will do, my friends, is work out the truth after this break on stage with DNA. And then what we will do is do our best to help rectify this situation and make it work. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Anna? Do not go anywhere. We'll do the DNA results after this break. We're on stage. Come on, you lot, let's go.
Whatever said to you 100% John O'Neill is yours.
But you both sat there and told me that dates were worked out. Hang on, Anna. You
Did you
did
say
both
this
sit there
is
and
not
tell
you, this is
me
him as well.
that you both worked the dates out and she had to be his.
True or false?
True.
Thank you very much indeed. Welcome back. We're still in the corridor. Anna, Daniel, Annette, the brother. We're trying to help. Listen, we're trying to A1 find the situation out, the results, the truth, and then we need to put this together. You are patently still in love with her. You are not in love with him. That is something you're going to have to handle. You have to handle as well that the most productive way to help this girl and then those children is not to throw darts at her, okay?
Right.
Sometimes people find it difficult.
But
Right.
they should also speak the truth in life.
I am.
Full truth.
Daniel,
made
whatever
this
said to you 100% John O'Neill is yours.
No.
But you both sat there and told me that dates were worked out. Hang on, Anna. You
Did
did
you say
both
this
sit
is-
there
this is
and
not
tell
you, this is
me
him as well.
that you both worked the dates out and she had to be his.
True or false?
True.
Let's go and find out the
Thank you.
truth from this stage. Come on, Anna, come on.
Anna.
Anna, we'll do this, we'll do it properly. Daniel, take your mum. Let's find out the truth with DNA. Today I'm having. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. As I keep saying with this show, surely... You're right there. But do you want to sit on this? Can you bring a chair for the boy with the hat? Surely the point is, Anna, Daniel, whoever gets involved and whoever has an opinion, we go back to what we always say on this show, which is the children are the most important thing. Now,
That's what I'm doing it for.
You're right, listen to me. If you are suffering from depression, if you have felt the need for a support network to move 150 miles away, then whatever happens, this show's remit is to help you as a mother get better. Part of that is admitting your mistakes, and that's very difficult in a public environment when people are throwing things at you, but what you have to understand as well, my friend, is that your mother is very passionate about these kids, and I like that passion, but you can't hide behind your mother and pretend that you are on everybody's side when patently what you've got written all over your forehead is, I love this woman and I want her back, because she feels like you're betraying her.
I will always love her, but I don't want her back. It's the worst thing that would happen if I did have her back.
Should we think about these kids and get the truth? Yeah? You okay? You all right?
Yeah.
Let's do those all-important DNA results. This is on the youngest child. I can't even shout.
Shardania.
Oh, my Lord, how cute is she? She's cute.
She's too pretty to be his.
Now, that's the nicest thing that's happened. The DNA test results show that Daniel... This is your youngest, yeah? Praise the Lord, it's your baby! You and you are going. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much indeed. You go that way, you go that way. Give me a round of applause. Sit there. You all right? That is the nicest and best outcome to this. I don't know whether I believe both of you when you say that your relationship is you understand that's over and these two little mites are the most important thing, but you need to see the kids more often. We need to help you make that happen. We need to give you both the support because they're the innocents in this, aren't they, really?
Yeah.
I read this. I'm going to tell you something. I'm always trying to do this show honestly. I read this morning, and I didn't think you read like a very nice lady. But I genuinely believe, looking at you, that you need help. And I genuinely believe that a lot of us, at a lot of times in our lives, need help. And I think that's what we should do. I think we should give you the benefit of the doubt, because I think a lot of people make accusations and say things when they could be a little bit more constructive. And after the woman I met this morning, I would say that any mother was better. You won't stop her seeing the kids and you'll work with us?
I've always told Anna that I want her to see the kids all the time, whenever she can.
Well, what we're going to do with the Genius is try and move everybody out of this and concentrate on what's best for these two kids and make the miles between you and them easier to complete and get this better than it was. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Why don't you go that way as adults and do what's right with us for your two children, yeah? Thanks for coming on the show. Give them a round of applause. Good luck to them. Well, that has been a heck of a morning. I am for this morning out of time. Don't forget, if you want to be here on my show, you need my help, you can visit the website. The details are on screen now. To the guests, to the audience, and to you, my friends, for watching at home, thank you very much indeed. I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now.
Well, after 60,000 auditions, 5 semi-finals and, of course, the big live final on Saturday night, it was Ashley and Pudsey who walks away victorious. But what next for this year's winners of Britain's Got Talent? They're on This Morning, on the way next.